Hi guys, I'm doing a review on Pro Evolution Soccer 2015 and I'm going to compare the differences between FIFA 15 and Pro. So one of the things that I really like about this new Pro game is the passing, and I think the passing is quite crisp. And compared to FIFA's ping pong style, I find that the gameplay in Pro is a lot more slower and gives you a little bit more time to think and actually build up a play, which is going to suit quite a few different styles of gameplay for the different users this year. As you can see there, I just actually scored from kickoff and without the opposition touching the ball. And here, I mean, one of the perfect examples here with Haim is I'm actually hold the ball up and I'm just kind of waiting for my player to make the run, and then I score a quite a good goal with Benzema. But again, you know, I quite like the pace of the game. It's much slower than but the FIFA's games are, especially this year's. One of the things I was quite critical of FIFA 15 was the defending. I found that the lunge, contain, and the teammate control was quite poor, and they overemphasized on the actual dribbling aspect of the player, and the ball seems to be glued to the attacker's feet a little bit more. And I obviously understand that, you know, goals is where the game's at, but I think, you know, you got to give some sort of respect to the defenders in the game. And you probably just saw a little while ago how I kind of lunged in and got the ball. Goal kicks on FIFA seem to be a little bit crap, unfortunately. You always seem to have an option of losing the ball. With Pro, there's a option where you press L1 and the R3 stick, and as you saw there, I was able to select the player I want by using the radar at the bottom. And it's a safe way of actually, you know, starting up a build-up play here, as I'm doing now, and it allows you to kind of pick the player you want. You can move him about and put him into space, and then press the X to obviously short pass or circle to, you know, to long pass it straight to that player. I quite like the defender's awareness in this game, and you'll see from this next clip here. As you can see, all those defenders, they are actually looking to move back, and as Messi's coming forward, I kind of make a mess of it. He seems to shimmy across and still get a shot off, but as you can see, the defenders are already looking to move back, whereas I find that in FIFA they're more aggressive. They're looking to come forward, and unfortunately that seems to leave you open quite a bit. And as you see from this clip, I tried to lob the goalie. One of the first things I mentioned that I didn't like about FIFA was the dribbling, and you know, you could use a speed runner to dribble past people, and here I'm using Bell, and as you'll see here, I take one extra touch and the defender just gets his toe there, and I quite like the slide tackling in the game. It allows defenders that don't have the most pace to keep up or get that last ditch tackle against people like Bell and Ronaldo's, and I rarely actually dribbled through teams to actually, you know, score one of those solo goals. A lot of it was team play. I mean, it's not to say it's impossible. I did take on 3-4 people, but in real life, how often does someone like Messi or Ronaldo take on a whole team? Yeah, they can do it maybe once or twice, but not every game. Maybe, you know, so it keeps that realism. Through balls are a big aspect in FIFA, and especially over the top ones. And as you'll see here, my point is here that through balls over the top are powerful in FIFA, and it does allow you the option to get in behind teams. And one thing I've found in this game is that through balls need to be done at the right time, otherwise you're not going to, you know, you're not going to get any success. And as you see here, I use the L1 and R3 stick to choose Marcelo, so I can build my attack from the back, and it's a safe kickoff. Again, big fan. And again, look, I'm trying to do another one of those through balls, and defenders seem to read these balls quite well. They always stick with their man, and I think there needs to be an element of help when it comes to defending in games like this, because you can't access players from one side of the field to the other. You're concentrating on someone, and someone does a long through ball, and you know, they're through and goal, and I think yeah, Modric scores again. You know, simple football here, and I'm not doing anything, you know, greatly spectacular. I'm just looking for space and, you know, holding the ball up with Ronaldo and finding Modric. But again, you know, I'll put the through ball in. If the through balls have got to be done at the right time, and then this way they end up becoming more effective. Otherwise, you know, you just end up becoming a through ball spammer, and in this game I don't think that's going to be that helpful. A key aspect to football games generally is shooting, and I think you know, there's no difference between the shooting in the FIFA and pro games. Well, not major ones anyway. You know, but the one thing you have to look at is the whole goalkeeper thing. And just before I continue, I will admire this goal with this little control volley lob that I did Benzema, which was extremely fluky. But back to the point where goalkeepers are found in FIFA quite random actually. They make such huge blunders sometimes, and sometimes they're just almost unbeatable. And there doesn't seem to be a middle ground where, you know, I mean, I understand goalies make mistakes in real life, but you know, some of them were quite silly. I mean, one of them hitting the inside of a hill, hitting the leg, going through his own leg. I haven't come across this, and I've probably played like 8-9 demo games now, and I haven't come across that just yet. But I wouldn't be surprised if you know, pro does, because I used to play pro games back in the days, and I found that you know, they do seem to have quite a lot of goalkeeper errors. But unfortunately, you know, hopefully there's less of them is better. You know, it seems like a more fair game. But yeah, I think goalkeepers are usually, you know, it's one thing that I wish that developers worked on a little bit more. And I just don't like it when it's too easy to score. You don't feel that rewarding challenge. You know, sometimes you need that fine balance of it being difficult to beat a goalie but not impossible, or that you need to be able to score but not all the time. So yeah, it's a challenge for developers, and I think they need to listen to the communities of the football team, football communities, and see what they find easy and hard. Anyway, guys, that was my quick analysis or review of the PES 2015 demo. It's shaping up to be a really good game, and it may be one for me personally that may take over the FIFA game in my gaming shelf. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much the main game differs and how much more they add or take away from it. But yeah, it's definitely one that I would recommend people installing at least. And guys, leave messages, or you know, subscribe. Let us know, you know, what you think. This is Sheeraz from SmallTimeGameTime. Thanks for listening, guys.